Hi there, we're in Logroño. This is my second time here. I ended my summer Camino last year, starting at St John Peter Port, going up over the Pyrenees, and with my friend Toby Baxter, we landed here. I've also done the end of the Camino Francés, from Syria to Santiago de Compostela. And this year, I want to complete the Francés, and I think this is part of a bigger story for me. How do I complete things? How do I get the proper ecosystems in the way? Only bridges that are not fully completed don't help. I'm Ash Barker. This is Ash on the Way, and we're exploring all things sacred walks. We want to share some insights and some practices and some experiences that can help your sacred walks wherever God calls your feet to land. Welcome. This is Albergue. This is where we're staying tonight in Logroño. For a good night's sleep and hitting the trail tomorrow. One of the highlights for me was going into a chapel where Ignatius of Loyola had been. He's the founder of the Jesuits and the spiritual exercises, the examen prayer that we do so often. And to sit in that chapel, and he'd been there before before he'd been hit by a cannonball and was a kind of a soldier, and then after as a pilgrim. And I felt in awe really of what he'd achieved, and felt really special to be able to be in those kinds of places. And it did help me reflect on the grace of God in my own life, the unique graces that God gives me. And I wonder what the graces are for you as you travel your journeys, being those sacred places where good things have happened, where prayer has been. It just does something to the imagination, something about the future and the love that God can have for us and use us in different ways. So, where's God's grace hitting you today? Hi friends, well, we made it to Ventosa, 22 kilometres from Logroño. It was a beautiful walk. I got thinking about lots of things. As I was travelling over, I've been reading Jim Collins' book, What to Make of a Life, and he talks about a personal hedgehog, focusing the fire, discovering your talents, innate talents and gifts, and what he calls the decodings. And but also the switch around from not working for money, but money working for your work. And I got thinking about over my time when those three things have come together: my passions, my strengths, and when I've been able to really focus on things that matter to me. And I'm grateful that most of my adult life, from the Youth for Christ days and thinking of Mark Watt and the need to go and face support after the Pyramid Building Society went bust, and that's where my grant went. And those early YFC days were brilliant, thinking of Mark, of course, and Dave Raitt, and Daryl Gardner, and Mick Duncan, and Dave Andrews. I met all those people in that time, and the opportunity to experiment and throw myself into that big work. Those first 3.5 years, I was 20 years old. It took a big risk on me. And then we started Urban Neighbours of Hope when I was 23. And that next 20 years meant that I was able to do those three things, what I was passionate about in terms of local community, neighbourhood transformations, being able to try lots of things, and eventually try and find the things I weren't good at and give those to other people. It didn't quite work out at the end, really, in lots of ways. But I love that with Seedbeds, now in Winson Green, I get to be that genuine kind of local pastor. I get to be able to train and equip and form others, and get to see others to find and form and flourish in their personal hedgehogs. And I just got a beautiful message today from Swam Yi in Myanmar, and seeing what he's doing. And so I feel good today. I feel grateful for the people who've invested in me over the time, and feel good that I'm out here being able to reflect and pray and drop stones for different people along the way. It's been a beautiful experience, and I'm really, really grateful. Buon Camino.